Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hello and welcome once again, film fans. My name is Luke and you are the Cheap Shot Nation. I'm here to give you another quick shot review. I've been to go and see the new DC Comics film, Blue Beetle. It is a film that's come completely out of the blue, in fact, so it's quite apt because I knew absolutely nothing about Blue Beetle, didn't even know this character existed, but having seen the previews and the trailers and things like that, I did a bit of research and it actually seems like a really cool character. But can Warner Brothers pull it off? They had a hit with The Batman and Suicide Squad. Is this going to follow suit? Well, I'm going to give you my thoughts on this film in just a second. But it is a 2023 release, obviously, which is why I'm talking to you in 2023. And it is a 12A, so that is any children under 12 need adult supervision. It is a 2-hour film because comic book movie, and it is directed by Angel Manuel Soto and stars Zolo Mariduena, I think that's how you say it, of Cobra Kai fame, in fact. So, yeah, we're going to go into the main part of the podcast. Please drop us a like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're listening to us on the podcast, again, subscribe so you can keep up to date with everything regarding the world of movies. Without further ado, let's move on to the review. Again, Blue Beetle is a 2023 film, comic book style, starring Zolo Mariduena and Bruna Marquez, Cuisine. Becky G. That one's nice and easy. Damien Alcazar, and amongst others. It would be that this film is... it's got Susan Sarandon in it. I thought I recognised her as well. It would be that this film is has the most incredibly difficult names to say when you're dyslexic, like I am. But it is heavily sort of influenced by Mexican culture and things like that. So it is pretty cool. But has it followed the rush of really good movies over the summer? You got Barbie, you got Oppenheimer, you got I really enjoyed The Haunted Mansion. Check that out on the channel as well for the review. I've not seen the Meg 2 yet, and I don't think I'm going to be able to catch it before it finishes. But the alien scarab chooses a college graduate, Jaime Reyes, to be its symbiotic host, bestowing the teenager with a suit of tremendous power, forever changing his destiny as he becomes the superhero known as the Blue Beetle. There's not much superheroing, really, in this film, so, that's by the by. He's just sort of finding his feet. It's a bit like, if you've seen the 2002 Iron Man, the original Iron Man, that started the whole of the Marvel universe, then there's a lot to love here. You will recognise the story very well. There's someone learning to use their powers. You've got a suit that talks to them and takes over when it needs to, and then you've got the big bad villain who is trying to replicate said powers. So yeah, there's all of that. However, in this one, it also takes a lot from the Spider-Man series, because obviously Jaime is a teenager, well, not a teenager, but a young adult, and it runs along the same sort of idea. He finds a suit, it's a symbiotic suit in this case, rather than a suit that is made, but obviously Spider-Man is bitten by a spider. The Beetle here is very reminiscent of that, and it runs along the same lines as well. So you basically got a mould of Spider-Man and Iron Man, two of my favourite superheroes actually, which makes for a good idea. And the cast, because it's not got huge names in it apart from Jaime. I'm just going to call him Jaime now because it's a lot easier. I think this one's very much worth watching. It's not going to light the world on fire. There's some bits in here that probably didn't need to be, and it could have been cut down. But I always say that. It's a 2-hour film. It probably could have had 20 minutes shaved off it. That being said, it's heartwarming. It's around family matters, and there's a lot of anguish around loss on all sides here, characters, etc. And it seems to be a lot of films dealing with that sort of thing, but here it's used really well. Most superhero origins revolve around some kind of loss of family members. So, I mean, it does nothing new, really, apart from the alien symbiotic suit being probably a bit more venom, but obviously being good. Now, from what I've read, the alien suit, the Beetle, in fact, is a race of aliens that want to destroy everything. But here, it just seems to, it seems to have that symbiotic relationship where Jaime is actually having an influence over the alien rather than the alien having an influence over him. So that's pretty cool. And the powers are pretty cool. The suit's pretty cool. I would say this though, although the musical score is brilliant, featuring Cypress Hill of all things. It seems to be a running thing now that a lot of films for children do have rap music in it, and censored rap music at that, obviously, because they wouldn't be able to get away with it otherwise. So the musical score is good. The acting for the most part is decent. I will say this though, Blue Beetle does look good. It looks like the CGI has been done around the actor, whereas the big bad guy that he has to face and defeat at the end is perhaps not so well done. In fact, not even perhaps not so well done. It looks horrible. We're in 2023 and it looks horrible. It's just not good. Carapax, whatever they call them. But yeah, that's that's that. Like I say, the Blue Beetle suit, fine. The other CGI, fine. But Carapax, no. Awful. Absolutely awful. They can't even disguise it with darkness because it's quite, even in the dark, it's quite a light, it's a well lit movie. So yeah, my gripe here is that the CGI looks terrible. I've seen better video games, and we're talking about films and not video games. I've seen better looking video games. Minor gripe, because the rest of it is actually really interesting and really fun. Quite funny in places as well, which is what you want from your comic book movies. You don't want it all serious and all that, because that's where Batman comes in, and it's following on the footsteps of the Flash, of course, as well. So, which I really enjoyed. So yeah, would I recommend this film? Absolutely. Brilliant. And it was also good to see a friend at the cinema as well. Just happened to be messaging, even though I don't do that during the film. I do sometimes put things on when I'm sat in the chair ready. And friend in there, caught up a little bit, which is pretty cool. And seemed like we both enjoyed the movie together. Even though we weren't sat together, obviously. But they enjoyed it as well, which is pretty cool. And definitely recommended. Go and see this film if you're looking for something to watch other than Barbie, or perhaps you've seen Barbie and you've got a taste for the cinema. This is definitely one of those films, along with Haunted Mansion, Elemental, and amongst others. So I will see you next time, film fans, and keep enjoying those movies. Goodbye.